not a physical altar now. A life of true worship, a life of effectual, heartfelt, continued, fervent prayer. As we have it in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 17 says, pray without ceasing. And James chapter 5 verse 16 to 18 says, the effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Say, Elijah was a man subject to like passion as we have, but he prayed earnestly that it might not rain. And he rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth our fruit. So that effectual, continued, fervent prayer is important. Then spend their days in prosperity and their years in what? In pleasure. Building an altar means total submission to God's will, whether it's convenient or it's not convenient. And a good example is Mary, mother of Jesus. It's a good example of total submission to God's will, even when it's not convenient. Angel came to him, this is a virgin, and the angel came to her, and angel was telling her that she will conceive, she will have a baby, and this is a virgin that's never met a man. And you know what it means? It's not something that is convenient. How will you explain to people when they see you pregnant, when you are not married and you are pregnant? How will you tell your parent? You tell your parent, oh, angel appeared to me and told me that I will be pregnant, and you are pregnant. How will your parent accept? How will they, understand what you are saying and believe that it is true? And they ask who is the father of the child, and you are saying that is God, is an angel that appeared to you. They will just say, oh, you are crazy. You must be out of your mind. But yet, Mary said, just do unto your servant according to your word. She submitted to the total will of God. So the third key thing for the will of God or the plan of God to manifest in your life is that you must separate yourself from Lord. Just as Abraham did. Until he separated himself from Lord, he could not hear God speak to him. Today, many of us have attached ourselves to Lord, and that is why we cannot hear God. Lord in this context means what? Lack of focus, distraction, extra baggages, strife, anger, bitterness. So many noise around us. It says, and we destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people, and all the veil that is spread over all the nations. So Lord actually means veil, means covering, hindrance. What hinders us from hearing him? And those are the things I've mentioned. Lack of focus, distractions. Even wrong association can hinder us from hearing God. You have an association, you're unequally yoked with unbelievers, they will distract you. They will take your mind away from what God wants you to focus on. And that is why God told Solomon, because he married so many wives, his heart was taken away from God. It's a distraction. So we must separate ourselves from such Lord. If not, we will not see the manifestation of God's plan and purpose. Then lastly, for us to see, we must lift up our eyes so that we see what God wants us, what he has for us. He says, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, it has not come to the heart of man, things that God prepared for have not heard. It has not come to the heart of man, things that God prepared for those that love him. It has not come to the heart of man, things that God prepared for those that love him. For those that love him. But see, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is prepared. Some may die without knowing what God prepared for them. Some will die without fulfilling God's purpose, without even knowing what God has prepared for them in this world, what God has ordained for them to achieve, to become, and they die without knowing it because they were spiritually blind. Their eyes could not be lifted up. They could not see what God wanted them to see. So we must position ourselves to see. We must open our spiritual eyes. Lay my life on the altar of the Lord from every form of distraction. I command every veil covering my life to be taken away. My spiritual, a new revelation on daily basis. You have a daily basis. You have a good plan for us. Said the thought you have for us is thought of good, not of evil, to give up hope and expected end. We ask, oh God, that you open our spiritual eyes. Help us to see those things that you have prepared for us, those things that you have ordained for us. Father, help us to detach ourselves from any form of lot that may distract us from focusing on what you want us to focus on. Every form of distraction around us, Father, deliver us from such distractions in the mighty name of Jesus. Help us, oh God, to give ourselves to your worship and your service. Help us to serve you in spirit and in truth, all the days all the days of our life in the name of Jesus. Father, of our life in the name of Jesus. Father, as we go into this new year, we praise the living Jesus. We want to appreciate